Go for the ball. He actually had to come in between the player and the ball, made a play on it.
Take seconds in, locks in, right. Hold. When you're ready.
You wonder how long North Queensland can hold out this sort of attack. 10 metres from the line. Healy, make that 5 metres out now.
Roll away, quick.
Peachy from dummy half to Nick Graham. Graham bulldogged to ground by Glenn Murphy. Treaster looking for a runner. Held up. Just short, rules the referee. Ball to be played by Cronulla. Healy again. Turned back on the inside and over. Russell Richardson running on the angle. Coming back on the inside. North Queensland had to sprint eventually, and they did. And Richardson scores underneath the post.
Well, sheer weight of possession going against the Cowboys. Technically a very good start by the Sharks, although they hadn't managed to score in about 7 or 8 attempts. They were playing it very well, controlling the football. A little bit of slide, a lazy slide defence on the inside. John Doyle, the man that just couldn't get across. Playing too much of the game too close to their own line, Brett.
Yeah, and as I said, Wally, just sheer weight of possession. But the thing that's impressed me about Cronulla is that while they're throwing the ball around, they are controlling it. And they haven't forgotten their game plan. They are working well in amongst the forwards. They're working the Cowboys over, and that's why they were able to come up with that 4-pointer.
Russell Richardson, the try scorer. Mitch Healy with the ball placed. Mitch Healy's conversion is successful, and so the Sharks lead North Queensland by 6 points to 0.
Well, it's unusual.
Coming up, your chance to win a new Nissan Pathfinder. Weekly winners score a weekend trip away to watch their NRL team.
0 as Mitch Healy sent to the blood bin by Bill Harrigan. And his arm very heavily strapped, but some blood oozing from a cut in his arm. So he's gone off to the blood bin. And North Queensland will now want to try and hold the Sharks somewhere down in their own territory, because it's just all been played up North Queensland's end, and eventually their defence had to give against the withering attack of the Sharks, which is one of the best in the business, let's face it. Eismunger plays it on his own 30. Hard run by Andrew Pearce. Good completion rates by both sides. But the fact of the matter is, just about all of that game has been up in North Queensland's half, and that's the difference. Luke Stewart off the interchange bench. And a few metres on North Queensland's side of halfway. In back play, Brett Boyd is down for North Queensland. He's only been on the field a few minutes. The Cowboys 12 metres out from their own line. Chris Tassel from fullback. There's Brett Boyd with Brian Hyder, the trainer, just being taken from the field. Chris Tassel. 5 on his own side of halfway, the Cowboys fullback, where he plays the ball. Scott Prince got the kick away, but certainly was under pressure from Dean Treaster, and therefore wasn't the best of kicks. Peachy losing the ball backwards to Colin Best. Best put to ground. This is Nick Graham. Now to Pearce. Got to halfway, then unloaded back to Andrew Eddinghausen, and wide again to Best, who's got pace, held on to by Jellick and thrown into touch.
And not too happy about it either. He believes that he effectively hit the ground and was dragged over. In normal vision, it probably looked that way. I guess in slow motion, it would probably even make it look like his case was even stronger that he was dragged over to the sideline. The referee asked the touch judge for the ruling in the case. He put the flag straight up, no doubt in his mind. But perhaps a little bit of fortune going the way of North Queensland. Perhaps the break they need to get back on track.
Peter Jones to play it just inside his own territory. Now to Murphy. Gets over the halfway mark. John Doyle. Chased out of dummy half by Dean Treaster. Goldthorpe. Scott Azimus to play it just off the reserves bench. Little kick being put through by Scott Prince, rolling it into the in goal. David Peachy, nowhere to go this time. Held on to in the tackle of Damien Smith. And Cronulla this time to a goal line dropper.
Well, it was pretty obvious that the Cowboys intended to kick the ball. Everyone was standing up flat. Very, very well placed. The footwork of Peachy not good enough to be able to get out. And that in itself, I suppose, bears testament to the credit of the chasing game by the Cowboys. They know that they've got to get back on track and not allow the Sharks to get too much confidence.
David Peachy, who will be looking for another big game tonight, keeping the pressure on Robbie Ross for the New South Wales Origin berth. Scott Prince, now wide. Turned back on the inside. Good bust by North Queensland. Kyle Warren almost getting through. Noel Goldthorpe. Goldthorpe's pass to Azimus. Scott Azimus 11 metres out from the line. Goldthorpe again. Then on to Prince. Wide to Noah Nandruku. Nandruku using his bulk. Good tackle though, Russell Richardson. Ball and all tackle on Nandruku. A very hard man to stop. Now North Queensland make a mistake and lose possession.
Well, I guess that's a real reason, isn't it, why North Queensland have struggled in so many of the games. They get themselves into try-scoring situations on the football field where they just fall down a little bit. Here they were just a metre out from the line. Nothing wrong with Nandruku's play the ball. A little bit of a peep, perhaps.
The Sharks leading by 6 points to 0 over Cronulla. Just outside their own 20.
You two blokes are standing in front of me.
Tim Madison. Dived out around the bootlaces by Kyle Warren and brought to ground. Last coming up now for the Sharks. Treaster looks for the kicker in Healy. Wasn't well positioned, Mitch Healy, to get that kick away. Under pressure he did so. Adam Connolly. Bringing it back for North Queensland, just outside his own 30. Chris Tassel. Hetherington. Back into the Sharks half. Hetherington. On the short side to Paul Bowman. Having a good season for North Queensland, Paul Bowman. Such a versatile player. There's not many positions on the field that he can't adapt to. Peter Jones with a long pass away from Goldthorpe, then away to Prince. Oh, great tackle, Mitch Healy. Read that brilliantly in defence, Mitch Healy. Smith on the boot. Best drops back. Fields it with consummate ease, Colin Best. Also doing a good job filling in for the State of Origin representative, Matt Rogers. Probably feels at home, though, like Matt Rogers. Comes from the same junior club, Colin Best, from the Engadine Dragons. Sued for that matter, does Mitch Healy. Here's David Peachy. Peachy able to unload his pass. Back on the inside and lost. Put down by Paul Mellor.
He made a break, the big fella up the middle, but a good tackle, Chris Tassel.